Tiger Stadium, home of LSU. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Noles will put total leather to crank us up. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Line gets set, first down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Power football with the run. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming.
And he's running in the open. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume.
Quarterback sneaks it forward and into the end zone for a touchdown. Talk about a great way to start the game and setting the tone right out of the gate.
You ain't lying. Sometimes it takes a couple drives to get the juices going and get in a rhythm. No, sir. They came on the field, blocked, loaded, ready to roll. No slow start here.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and it was finished off with a quarterback sneak. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Quick pass on the fly motion. Running toward the tape. At the 30. He's at the 10. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown Seminoles. Getting set for the point after. Bangs it through for an extra point. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Leaves it with the running back. The Tigers pick up the first down.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine. He might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance. This dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Out of the backfield, he's open. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. I don't know if this is the time for this type of risk. Offense going for it inside its own 40. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's 4th and short, 4th and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly. But 4th and long, that's a situation I think you got to punt and just let the game play out. Trust your defense a little bit more.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. Not a chance. Missed it. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Estrada. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Just about any LSU offense will make you hold your breath when they play pitch and catch.
Yeah, just such elite playmakers usually, just such speed. And listen, when you're a defense, speed kills. And LSU, no matter who plays quarterback, they always got dudes that can fly out wide that absolutely scare.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Trying to find his man on first down. He'll try to do it himself. Gets down at the last possible second to avoid getting lit up. LSU with the 1st and 10 here.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. Can't get him to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to keep testing the secondary.
With the catch, it's Estrada. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. A field goal try would have been a 51-yarder. They'll opt instead to try to move the chains on 4th down. Quarterback checking off. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Tigers. How about that D coming up with a play like that? The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
And these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously.
Gonna take a shot. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, no! They'll try to tack one more on their score. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Iowa is getting dominated today, and friends, the folks in Iowa City deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker of a showing. They're trailing by 34 to USC. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He'll come out throwing on first down. They're bringing heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Makes the grab over the middle. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
My old coach said to never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
The old toss, right? Toss it to him on the perimeter, get on the edge quickly. Receivers better block on the outside. Go give me some positive yards, get a fast guy in space. Nice play call.
Give to the running back. And he's brought down after a nice gain. LSU quick to the line. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And with a hallelujah land. Touchdown, Tigers!
Defenses at some point are going to have to figure out how to slow this guy down because he already has 3 receiving touchdowns. We're only 4 games into the season. Nobody has an answer for this guy.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
From the gun, the ground game. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down.
It's just not easy to bring this guy down, is it? He is so dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands, and it makes me think back to old great Seminole running backs like Warwick Dunn, Travis Minor, a guy that I used to play against. How about Dalvin Cook even? Just guys that could make the first guy miss, and then they were able to just explode and burst and take it the distance. This guy right here, he is a unique talent.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
The offense right now is moving in the wrong direction. They weren't able to get a touchdown on that 1st down play. Now giving up a negative play on 2nd down. You better be very careful about this 3rd down play call.
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Let's see what he can do with the return. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Makes the grab. It's Estrada. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. The sure hands, it's Estrada. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. A couple of yards short of the 1st down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. They'll immediately call timeout. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Ball in the air, intercepted! And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Going up top on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Scrambling away. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Stay.
Florida State. Number 1 in the end zone.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Getting some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll throw it on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Roberts. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. And he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They go to work in the 3rd quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block.
Just steamrolling his way through. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Quickly out to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
That's a really good-looking throw there. I think about back in my day playing for the Gators, we were known as having this high-octane passing attack with Steve Spurrier, but every time we played the Seminoles and Chris Wenke, of course, would go on to win a Heisman Trophy, we knew that we were going to have to be executing at a high level. This guy right here, when he gets going and he gets into a group, he just does not miss. He is able to light up the scoreboard for the Seminoles.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
Oh, gave the defender the business. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the 1st down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
to the air on first down. Trying to get to him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB. Finally getting some pressure. Finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Fires the pass. Intercepted. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown LSU! What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, return to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Hawaii is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Oahu, one of the more majestic places to watch a game in all of college football. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to the Coyotes. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Clock ticking away as we have 4 minutes left here in the third. Here's the handoff. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Nice catch there. I'll tell you, the Seminole passing attack has come a long way over the years. When I was playing against them back in the day, they were in the I formation every single play. Maybe it was play action. Maybe it was a shot play to the perimeter of the field. Now, they've got guys running all different kinds of routes, playing at different tempos, lining up all over the field. This dude is a guy you just have to know where he is every single snap.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. How about that Bayou Bengal defensive front showing some dominance? Booger McFarland, Marcus Spears liking their pressure.
And that defensive line getting to the quarterback, and they got so many guys that we could name like Spears that you just mentioned, like Booger in the past that put on that purple and gold. Look good, big, physical guys that fill out them uniforms and eat quarterbacks.
Well, the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. This is well within field goal range. That earlier miss could have influenced this decision. They'll try to pick up the first. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
Well, that is a gutsy play call on that 4th down. I think everybody here in the stadium, including myself, was expecting them to try to throw the football, but they ran it and caught the defense off guard.
Touchdown Seminoles! They take the lead with the 6. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay a big difference.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Tony.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
They're setting up the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They've only converted 1 time in 3 4th down attempts, but they'll try to move the sticks with this one. Quarterback checking the play. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the 1st down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. And he's a real no. Tackled in this no-gain land.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Florida State 31, LSU 28.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. On the option. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback will audible. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Throwing right. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Offense getting set for first down. They'll give it on the counter. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as...
Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, no!
What a nice touchdown run, and this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
38, LSU, 28.
Bringing it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Fast motion from the offense. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Grabbed on the outside, it's Amatova. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Caught near the sticks. It's Estrada. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. And they're going to be in a world of hurt if they don't get this thing going forward here on second down from the 13. He's looking to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. Inside the 10. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Florida State. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen.
Open runway ahead. The 40. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They're looking to pass from the red zone. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time. But you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with this offense, man. 4th quarter, they've been money. Great job putting drives together. Nice play there as well, but this offense has saved their best for the last part of this football game when they needed it the most.
Discards a man. Still running, just dismissing tackles. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack. A big play for the defense with the 1st down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on 2nd down. Find some fresh air. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle, as opposed to line.
He's running free down the middle. Touchdown Seminoles. And the route is on. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
And how about that on 3rd down? You give it to your playmaker in the backfield, and he's able to use his speed to go get the first.
And he's a guy that you should be focusing on with this offense. He's definitely a game breaker. He's a guy that they starred, going into this matchup that they had to stop. 3rd down, money down. You figured they might probably get him the football. They do, and they get the first down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On the run. It's Estrada. Powers through the defender. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Well, this was an offensive showcase.